John Beaudin from Rock History Music. It's the sad news today. We just finished losing another member of the band Bachman Overdrive in January. And it happens again. Sorry, I'm looking after my autistic daughter, so I got to keep an eye on her. Bachman Overdrive co-founder Tim Bachman has died. He was 71 years old. Hold on, let me just get you a picture here. Here we go. The guitarist was also in Brave Belt with his brothers Randy and Robbie. Robbie died, as I mentioned, this past January 12th. Chad Allen, the original lead singer of the Guess Who, was also in Brave Belt, and Fred Turner as well. Tim joined Brave Belt on their second album, simply titled Number 2. Brave Belt evolved, of course, into Bachman Turner Overdrive. Let me just get back to give you another picture here. This is from early stages of BTO, huh? Anyway, Tim was one of the four original members with Randy and Robbie. Fred Turner, who was known as CF Turner back then, was in the band. They sold 30 million albums. Tim was in the first incarnation, which was Bachman Turner Overdrive 1 and 2. The first one was in 73, their self-titled album. He wrote Down and Out and sang along with Randy on the song Stayed Awake All Night. On Bachman Turner Overdrive 2, let me just give you another shot here of the band. He co-wrote and sang lead on their first song on the album, Blown. That was the first song on the album. And he wrote and sang I Don't Have to Hide. The album had 2 hits on it. Of course, everyone knows those hits. Signature songs for the band, Let It Ride and Taking Care of Business. The second really being a signature song for BTO. There are a few versions of, let me just come back on here. There are a few versions of why Tim left Bachman Turner Overdrive. One of the versions basically said that he wanted to spend more time with his family and go into concert promotion. He eventually became a realtor and had been a realtor for quite a few years. The other reason was that he broke Randy Bachman's golden rule, which was no rock and roll lifestyle. You know, none of this stuff on tour. So there's always different sides of the story. You get a band of 4 guys, you got to get 4 different stories a lot of the times. But anyway, another one gone. There's been tributes all over the place, and everyone was asking me, is it true? Is it true? And I made a call, and I found out that it was true. Like, he rejoined BTO in 1984 with a version which had Fred Turner, Guess Who drummer Gary Peterson, who I just interviewed 2 days ago, and they toured with Van Halen. And Randy has some great memories of that he shared with me. He had a heart attack, Tim, in 2008. He was a realtor, as I mentioned, in British Columbia. And let's see if I get some of your comments. Timothy Wells, thanks for the update. We're all getting older. I love Tim on Blown. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of cool when you look at it. It was the first song on the album. And I Don't Have to Hide. Wendy Mudkins, oh, wow. 2 in the same year. Rest in peace. Yeah. And it's not Bachman, even though Randy told me, and I've interviewed Randy 3 times, that he doesn't really care. He says, people say Bachman Turner Overdrive because it seems to sound better than Bachman Turner Overdrive to some people. That's the way it is. But having lost 2 brothers for Robbie, the drummer, it was January 12th of this year. And I always say the same thing when it comes to death. You can't cheat the hangman. There's every family. When I was talking to Justin Hayward of the Moody Blues yesterday, and I asked him, I said, why did you think you survived and you're doing these songs and loving these songs as an elderly man, and so many others didn't? He says, I don't really know. And all performers say the same thing because that's what, some people, Steve Hackett told me, he says, well, I don't formerly a Genesis guitarist, he had said that, well, I can't have that lifestyle anymore. I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And some of them, you lose some people and you don't, others, it's strange. But just wanted to share that with you today. We don't have a lot of people online right now. But if you have any questions, let us know. So far, there's not a lot of information that's come up. A few people wrote some tributes, but it's a little early for any of the inside information. But anyway, it's John Beaudin, Rock History Music. May he rest in peace.